Once again, thank you everyone for attending this month's Tech Talk. I have the pleasure of presenting to you this month, and I'm going to be talking about Lidar resources for Idaho. My name's Keith Weber. I am the GIS director here at Idaho State University and been doing this for, I guess, over a quarter of a century. You put it that way, it sounds like it's really, really a long time, doesn't it? Whenever we're working with Lidar, whenever we're talking about Lidar for the state of Idaho, your first stop should be the Idaho Lidar Consortium, ILC. And that's the website address right there. In fact, you can get to it just by typing idaholidar.org, and you'll get to that homepage that you're looking at right there. That is being run, managed by Josh Enterkind there at Boise State University. The ILC started as a way, literally as a consortium, to bring together all different sorts of people who need LiDAR data. The whole idea was that we will pool together resources, financial resources, ideas, these sorts of things, work with USGS, and FEMA and NRCS to then acquire LiDAR imagery or LiDAR data across the state. That has worked pretty darn well, and I dare say we probably have 70+% coverage. I haven't calculated it recently, but about 70+% coverage for the state of Idaho with a anticipated 100% completion I guess it's anticipated in 3 to 5 years. These are some notes that Josh sent me a while ago and asked me to make sure that you know about these things. He's actually having fun, I guess, at a dentist appointment. Now that was kind of sarcastic, but he can't make it today. But the ILC is planning to have some technical help, tech help, by the end of this calendar year, early 2025. If you have some suggestions on how the website can be changed or anything else that you'd like to see changed with the ILC, there's Josh's email address. He asked that you could simply feel free, email him ideas. The Idaho Lidar Consortium, ILC, and the Elevation Twig. He wanted to make sure you know that this is open to everyone. Anyone can use the ILC. Anyone interested in LiDAR or even just general elevation data is encouraged to attend the monthly meetings. Bring your ideas, your questions, discussion points to those meetings, which are on the first Thursday of the month, 1 p.m. Mountain Time. They run for 1 hour on Zoom, and Josh has been pretty good at getting out those reminders the day early in the day of the meeting or the day before the meeting. So kind of watch your inbox for those reminders and for the link once again. And the whole state of Idaho, and Josh will be taking a lead on that, will be updating the statewide LiDAR plan in the next year, 2025, with the goal being to better address those priorities and kind of the wish list that the community might have. We are getting to the point where some of the LiDAR data for the state of Idaho is actually kind of old, some things from 2008 and 2009, maybe even some things earlier than that. And things may have changed in that area, especially some of the more mountainous areas. We may have seen some landslide activity in some places. Sometimes we may not even know about that, but that's what we need to start thinking about. Where should we recollect data? What are the priorities, and so on and so forth. So kind of put your thinking caps on about that. If you'd like to participate in those discussions as part of the eTwig, Elevation Twig, certainly take part in that and participate in those discussions. Next stop, one of the next stops you'll probably want to make is at the Idaho Geospatial Office. That's the website right there in orange. And here, once you're at that website, you're going to find details about the Idaho Elevation Technical Working Group, the same group I just talked about. You'll also find Josh's email address, telephone number, and as you scroll around in this group, on this page, I should say, or on this website, you'll also find information, links to the meetings, calendars, when those meetings are, in case you forget. Plus, you'll also see the current Idaho statewide LiDAR plan. This is the one that we'll be working on as a group in the next coming year. Well, the next step is, okay, I'm convinced, or I really decided I need to use or want to use LiDAR data. Then the next thing you might want to do is to visit the Idaho LiDAR web viewer. A link to that web viewer is available on the ILC website, or you can, if you've got a good memory, you can use this, or for someone like me, we have now a tiny URL right here, tiny.cc/Idaho LiDAR. And I'm going to go ahead and in just a moment give you a little tour of the Idaho LiDAR web viewer. Now, by the way, LiDAR, like so many other professions, GIS in general, uses a tremendous amount of jargon. On our servers here at the GIS Center, you'll find these. If you're browsing around, you're certainly welcome to do that, looking around for data. You'll see that we call things raw data, and you'll see that we call things processed data. Well, raw data are the LAS or LAZ files, also called LiDAR point cloud data, LPC. You'll see those used more or less interchangeably, LPC being the most generic term for raw data. And the specific file formats would be either an LAS or a compressed LAS file known as an LAZ. Process data, those are the raster files for bare earth, BE, digital terrain models, that's the same thing, DTM, or highest hit, HH, digital surface models, DSM, those are synonyms also, and numerous other raster layers, the intensity layer, just a bunch of other data you'll find in the processed folders, kind of the out products. In case you didn't know it or you haven't heard me talk about this before, LiDAR is big data. And because of the size of that data, we here at Idaho State University have a membership subscription to Globus Services. They provide a service to help download the data, move large files as quickly as possible. All the data sits on ISU's GIS Center's servers. The data is simply moved by the Globus service. It doesn't go to the University of Chicago first. That would make it terribly slow. It just goes from from our servers to your computer. And one of the things that Globus does is it always finds the fastest path of the network, the fastest path to help make sure that that transfer moves as quickly as possible. And it will do a pretty good job of saturating your pipes to make sure that the data does get downloaded as quickly as possible. A real simple install. This is absolutely free for you. Globus Connect Personal, GCP, is all that you're going to need. Again, it's free, very lightweight. Installation help is available at globus.org, and a very specific help document on our website using that URL right there that will walk you through the same setup, but it'll also talk and describe connecting to our servers to help you get that data downloaded. So it's a little bit more LiDAR specific here and a little bit more general if you go there. Both of them are good resources. You can also, and I'll show you a demo of this, you can also try our new instant download tool. It's available through the Idaho LiDAR web viewer. This is something almost brand new, very, very new thing. And I'm going to demo this in just a minute. Click an area of interest that has LiDAR. If you click something where we don't have LiDAR, you'll find out quickly enough. At the bottom of the pop-up that you're going to see, click to view the second page. Right? You're going to go to this page right here. And here, you can simply click this, and you'll download. No connection to Globus, or actually, you're not even connecting up to our main server. This is another server, and you will, in a matter of a minute or so, you will download a 15-minute quadrangle of the bare earth digital terrain model for what you just clicked on. So that'll help you out a lot if all that you are is interested in the bare earth digital terrain models, in this case, broken down into 15-minute quads. That's a great tool, great resource, I think, for you to use. You might say, I don't need no stinking maps. I don't need no stinking web maps, anything like that. Okay, fine. You can browse our spatial library, right? Just go to this website here, and all these links will be available, probably easier when I push it out to YouTube. You'll be able to get to these things easier. And what you're going to see is this. You're going to jump out to this thing, and then we have some more help for you. You can look at a map showing where is the Q41s and the 48s and all this good stuff, and dig right into it, find what you want. We're following the USGS naming standard right there. So at the 15-minute quad level, help yourself to all that stuff. They're all zipped up. Just grab as many as you want, whatever it happens to be. Another way to get at this same data. Okay, time for a demo. This is the Idaho Lidar web viewer. If you visited it before, you'll remember these kind of purple and orange areas. The orange areas are orange only because this is the newest of updated data, 2024. In 2025, everything will turn purple, I guess, and then new releases of data, new acquisitions will be highlighted with that orange color. And that's done just because we know that people are oftentimes most interested in the newest of stuff. So let's say I zoom into this and I'm interested, oh yeah, that's what I'm interested in right here. That area right there. There's our pop-up. Now let's look at this one. This is page 1 of the pop-up. Happens to be the Payette Basin collected in 2019. Large collection, just look at that. We can look at the metadata. This will go out to the ILC. You can get some help on learning to use Globus. That's your download. And of course, you can click to download the raw data. That is the LiDAR point cloud data. This will jump you out to Globus. You can select the files that you want. Start using those things. That's exactly what I'm doing right here. There we go. That is Payette Basin. Maybe I want, yeah, that happens to be the one that I want. And we would select where I want that written on my hard drive, right over here. And let's see, let's put it to my desktop. And I'll find a place where I want this to go on my desktop and start the download, and it's all done. Let me go back to this. You can also, we have a link also here to visit the USGS LiDAR Explorer. So you can click this tool and navigate around to see what resources, LiDAR data are available directly from USGS. And then go to page 2. This is your instant download, right? Instant download for this particular quad right here. You see that? Click there, and it is downloading right now. It'll be done easily in about a minute or so. It looks like it's about 50% done already. Just wanted to, again, draw your attention to the USGS link right there, to their LiDAR Explorer. Don't miss that one. It's the same data. If you prefer getting the data in slightly different packaging, in other words, I only want one particular LAS file. Well, that's probably a better place for you to go to get that one particular LAS file rather than downloading a large chunk like I showed you a minute ago through Globus, through the Globus service. Why download it all, you might say? Well, you can, alternatively, you can simply use our LiDAR image service. It's a web image service instead of doing any downloading. What you can do is you can download a layer file from the GIS Treks website. That is the link, and you'll follow this right over here. You can then use those layer files in ArcGIS, or you can access the same image service by going to our server, our portal page, I should say. It is available, by the way, as a REST service as well as an OGC WCS service. So I'm going to launch this. So this is our portal. This is where this very large data set, mosaic data set, is served from on our GIS Center, one of our GIS Center servers. and you can view this REST endpoint information from here. And you can also copy this if you need to, if you want to. What I've done is I have a connection made here in ArcGIS Pro. Notice I jumped over here to ArcGIS Pro. I have a connection made to the same exact server, very easy to do. Just go to your servers, tell it you're going to make a new ArcGIS server connection. You're going to be greeted with this dialog page right over here. And that URL that we were looking at right here, copy that. And you'll paste it right in here, right? And then you're going to make that same connection. I've already got that connection. And so I can then, through ArcGIS Pro, navigate in to my Lidar folder. You can also see other layers. You're welcome to use these other data that we are serving. And there is our Idaho Lidar service. I've already added that in. The layer file that I was talking about does all this stuff for you more or less at one step. You don't have to worry about it. You just like a individual raster or some sort of layer that's on your hard drive, you just go to it and right click it, tell it to add to the current map, drag it and drop it in, whatever you like to do. But this is it, right? This is it. This is real data. This is the real live LiDAR data. And what you can do is pretty much any analysis that you would do with downloaded data, you can do it with this service. Now, there are some restrictions. If you tried to run a pit fill or you try to run a geomorphon, any of these large any geoprocessing command on this thing for the whole state, it's not going to let you do it because of the pixel size limitations imposed on this thing. That's not really my doing. It's just the way the software is developed and the services are developed. But a relatively small area, even the size within a county, easily will run. But you might say, well, I need to run a slope model. I need to do this. I need to do that. Well, hold on. It's already done for you. We have aspect, and it is done. Okay. We have a hill shade, shaded relief. You turn on all these different things that go from one to another, not even giving it enough time, I guess, to draw slope in degrees, slope in percent, and all this good stuff. And that's all available to you. So you don't have to run a slope all over again, anything like that. Just use the raster functions that are already built into this service. Okay, well, we are getting close to the end of our presentation or of our time for this Tech Talk. I am going to open the floor for any questions that you might have. So either pop those into the chat line or feel free to unmute yourself and ask that question.